Good evening, everybody. Love is in the air, and if you love Dragon Warrior, I have got a randomizer for you. We're in the second week of the Winter League tournament. We've got competition between YakkoWakko20, sillydabbit, dk9146, and Dweem. I'm Velu V here in the commentator's booth, joined by Aaron 2U2. How you doing tonight, Aaron?
A little tired, but I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm also getting a little tired, but we're over here on the West Coast, so it's not too late for me. So I should be able to hang in there through this race. We are, of course, doing week 2 of the Winter League, which means all kinds of crazy flags are afoot. I know we've got ourselves a big swamp. XP is random from the monsters. There's some cheap stuff in the stores. What other important bits of this flag set am I missing, Aaron?
There is no hurt more. That's a big one. And I think you mentioned that the swamp, just looking at the hit points right now, it's pretty low. 30 hit points is actually low for big swamp because you get 10 extra hit points in a big swamp seed once that is check mark. And like the min roll normally I think is 16. So like this was 4 points above the min.
And it looks like we are already on our way to see what's inside our first chest. We got some gold. Then there's another gold chest, so double gold, and not even bothering to go up top. DK isn't, because that one is always gold.
It's pulling some tiebreaker strats here, just skip it. I don't know, man. I've seen people do that. I like the idea of getting something doubled up, but... Oh, and DK picks up the flute, but, the flute plays pretty fast. I doubt he's terribly upset about that.
Yeah, I mean, that flute can come in clutch. Sometimes you get a golem or two early on. Maybe you can score some experience off of them, but really nothing else of note. I don't think. I think there was a dragon scale and the fairy flute. Those are about the only things of note in there.
Yeah, and with the 25 starting strength, these levels are going to come fast. DK getting the first one down, and by first one I mean the first 4, but that kind of looked like one level.
Yeah, that was a pretty pathetic 4 levels there, but it's better than nothing, I suppose. sillydabbit deciding to check out what's behind Tantagel. We'll see what's in the basement right now. It is the jerk. So we'll be coming back there after all of the other key items are got. Of course, in Dragon Warrior Randomizer, we do need to have the Stones of Sunlight. We need to make the rainbow drop that comes from a Stones of Sunlight, as well as Erdrick's token and the Silver Harp. So we'll be looking for those. Well, Silver Harp gets turned into a Staff of Rain, and then, I got that backwards. You guys know what's happening. You wouldn't be here if you didn't.
Yeah, I do want to point out, DK did see a Magician worth 180, I think. I think that's that's really good for starting zone. Obviously, you want as many random guys giving you tons and tons of experience, but 180 is pretty solid.
Yeah, the random monster random monster stats is really beneficial in the early game, because you do just skyrocket those levels and get something with 100. I think I saw 191 on DK's screen a second ago. So it just really plows through those early levels quick.
Yeah, and just the experience gap here. The gold grind, I think, is biting my teeth a little bit here, because both Dweem and Yakko went in heavy, and it's not really paying off at all. DK completely ignored it and has got this fairly solid experience lead as a result.
Absolutely, and of course our runners are lucky that little patch of hills to the northeast there is a good little place to get a grind on. Otherwise, they'd have to march through all of that swamp to get somewhere. So a little bit of luck for them.
Yeah, I wouldn't go as far as to say it's lucky that that's still zone 0, but that's probably, I would say, low odds for that to happen. Just considering how far north, and it's not too far east, but at least it seems like it's zone 0.
And it looks like the grind is kind of all there is to do right now until some decent amount of hit points to walk out of this place. There's really not much else to do. Of course, we won't see the Hurt More spell, so at some point they're going to hope for maybe a nice big attack power gain. But just stats aren't coming super great just of yet.
Yeah, and the biggest problem right now is the lack of any sort of healing. Heal or heal more would be great, but even then, they got like DK has 16, and he's our level leader right now. He has 16 MP at level 9. That's kind of gross. That's well below average.
Yeah, that's what, 2 casts of the heal more spell, maybe 3 or 4 of the old heal there.
Yeah, not gonna get you too far, even if you had the heal spell.
Magician's nice. I think that was the 119, or rather 191.1. Yeah, there you go, 180 per magician. DK picking up level 9. 0 hit points, 20 magics though, and there's that heal spell we were looking for.
Yeah, that's not too bad. And DK immediately wants to get out of there. Again, that zone was okay. That wasn't great. Easy to do, but you kind of want to find something a little bit better than that. So we'll see if that's what he decides to do or if he ends up back there.
It almost looks like it's the same zone here. We see the Scorpion. I think the Dweem might be new.
Yeah, new, but unfortunately not any better.
Yeah, so far I think that Magician's about the best I've seen.
Yeah, the Scorpions are awful. Skeleton, it looks like it's probably still in the same zone.
And Metal Scorp sends DK back for a refresh on the health and magic points.
I'll see if he decides to push out a little bit now. He does have some heals. Might be able to move a little bit. He's at what? Oh, and he's going to check the basement first. I think he's at 10. Is that right? Everybody else at 9?
Yeah, he just hit level 10.
Oh, excuse me. Dabbit is at 11 and is still going.
Yeah, branching out, like I said, that Magician seems to be giving the best experience. So you'd kind of want to be hunting those, it would seem. At 180 a pop, that's Blue Dragon. If we were playing vanilla, you grind on those sometimes.
Right. Yeah, and the other thing about level 11 is it gave every single spell, or at least the ones we're allowed to have in this one. So hey, look, there's your nearby town though.
All right, we got ourselves a town. We got a cave. We're checking the town first. It is Rimmildar, so some keys are going to have... Or there are no keys in this, so... well, a chest is going to happen. Maybe a store check.
He gets to do the Rimmildar lottery for free.
Hey, some money to spend at the store.
I think in some places you call that theft.
Nah, our ancestors left it there for us. That's my headcanon.
All right, so discounts. Silver Shield is well on the low side, but yeah, DK's just gonna get the large shield. Probably not too worried about that right now. Maybe never.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose if you find yourself by the town with the 6,000 gold in your pocket, maybe you walk in and do that walk. But it is a lot of tiles to walk.
All right, DKC's grave. Get the top 3 chests here in a minute. We'll see if he decides to keep pushing. Dabbit, however, has level 12, kind of taking just a death walk here, peeking around a little bit. Might see him push out.
So we got ourselves a cursed belt, some stones, and some wings on the top of the grave.
Yeah, definitely need the stones, so not sad to see that. Cursed belt gives you that information that one of the trade-ins, or excuse me, one of the search spots is active, although, the knowing how many search or cursed belts are in play and stuff like that isn't always super important.
Dweem opting to use the MP healing guy at Tentagel instead of taking a death warp to revive the health, probably wanting to hang on to that gold in the pocket. In fact, Dweem could pick up that silver shield if they make it to Rimmildar.
No, it looks like he's just going to keep going. So again, silver shield's not going to help you with this grind. So do it now or do it later, I guess.
I think he hasn't seen it yet, but when he gets there. And YakkoWakko just stopped by the shop. I didn't quite see what he purchased though.
He did have enough money for the silver, so he got the silver axe and chainmail. So he's a little bit better equipped than DK.
And so Dweem, actually, with all of the spells at level 11, it looks like sillydabbit doing a similar strategy. Maybe just going to sit there and fight these magicians until, hey, it looks like we're at pretty much a go level. Then let's go find our swords and items and things. I mean, that very much looks like what's going on here.
And DK got the 4th chest down here in Herb. Might keep going. No, I guess he's not.
And no, you're going home. Wizard said no.
We'll see if he bothers trying to get a silver. I mean, he should have a grind set up. But yeah, it looks like that is what he's going to do. Might even go a little bit more and just assume he's going to find something afterward.
Well, if I do recall, it is pretty close. He knows exactly where to get it. And, you know, having that extra defense power can be useful. You know, it can save you, get you some doubles, makes the Dragon Lord fight a little better, makes it possible to repel some monsters. So it's worth getting, I think.
Yeah, and it wasn't that much to do either. Again, it was 5,000-ish, so he didn't have to search there too often.
Yeah, grinding up to 15k might be a little a little iffy.
Now, Dabbit has seen the area down here, Grave and Rim as well, so he's heading over there. I didn't see how much money he has left. Yeah, he doesn't have enough for the silver. You pretty much had to do an early rush grind to get that money.
YakkoWakko does get the 4th chest, that herb there. The wizard is chasing him, though. He's doing a pretty good job of getting away from it. Red Dragon, what are you doing down here?
Well, I guess a little bit of a dragon snack down there. That's a couple of Sherlock enemies. We do have the easy alt run algorithm combination going, which should make them easier to run from. But he has 59 agility, so he was still not a favorite. Well, actually, he was a favorite at 59 in a cave.
Yeah, but that was 3. I think we had wizards, we had blue dragons, and red dragons down there. So that floor that's got the 4th chest is it's a pretty rough floor, and that's one of the longer ones you have to walk in. So hopefully, our runners don't have to go all the way to the bottom. Otherwise, they might have to navigate that floor a little bit more.
Indeed. I do want to appreciate the color of the NPCs in town. Dabbit has a personal sprite that he's made, and some of those characters look really neat. It's usually not the character himself that I focus in on when people use alternate, different sprites, but it's the NPCs that are kind of like, what do you call it? They just happen to get turned those colors. That's not the point.
Yeah, with the palette swap, just because it's based off of whatever your character's colors, I believe, changes some of the things. I've seen some pretty interesting guards and NPCs for sure.
Right. Well, Dabbit is he's going down too, going deep. So we'll see if he can get past the 4th chest. Again, Dweem's still grinding. He's looks like he's going to push a little bit harder than Dabbit here, but there's nothing wrong with that. You just got to make sure that your searching is effective.
YakkoWakko finds Breckenary, is looking at the shop. Full plate, 1166. He'll take some of that.
And I think DK found something interesting because he's hanging around here. That or he's trying to get himself killed. But I think, I don't know. Wasn't the Wyvern. Looks like he got impatient, tired of that.
But yeah, it does look like he's hunting something here.
All right, well, he did pick up level 12. That might have been it. He just wanted the level, and nothing was really cooperating.
All right, sillydabbit has made it to the dreaded 4th floor.
Not without incident. Apparently, a demon knight got pretty close.
Well, the red slime didn't do him any harm. Gets off the 4th floor, making the deeper dive.
Yeah, Dweem picking up that level 14. No strength, but a little bit of agility. MP, I think, was the big one there with 14.
Rabbit running right past that red dragon as well. And I think we might actually see a bottom. Oh, here's another red D. Another run from the red dragon. 66 agility is pretty good. Fight a ring.
All right, he might be the only person that picks that one up. So an extra +2 to strength for Dabbit might be important later. We'll see. All right, DK is done with that corner he was trying to grind in. So he's moving on. Dweem's now pushing. He finds a town. I think, well, we saw this one, right? This was Breckenary.
Yeah, that's Breckenary. And it looks like Charlock was just off to the right in the swamp there, too.
Oh, might be picking up a full plate himself. And yeah, we'll go from there. Oh, DK is almost out of resources, but makes it over the bridge. I think we know from the vanilla game that bridges are very important. They let you know that you're in a new zone. It's actually pretty funny how they designed that to where if you look at like the vanilla zone map and where the bridges are, they tend to be just almost lined up with new zones. Like they 100% did it on purpose.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't know that they were square shaped going up, but yeah, you absolutely knew that once you cross that, you know, that bridge over on the way to the mountain cave or on the way to Cole, and it starts getting tough monsters over there.
Right, Yakko sees a cave, but he can't get to it. Just hiding over there.
It looks like we got some more full plates being purchased by sillydabbit. Golem on YakkoWakko screen.
I'll tell you what, if you're going to buy a full plate, you better eat that whole plate.
I could only ever eat the half plate. That's why I don't go to like buffets and stuff. Oh, I didn't realize Charlock was just right there. Okay.
Yeah, I tell you what, CC's Pizza, I don't know, that place even exists anymore. In college, that was the thing. Go there and eat all sorts of like pizza, just been sitting out in buffet forever. It's, none of it was particularly great, but it did the job.
Yeah, they all closed, or at least the ones that I am familiar with in my neighborhood. They closed, I think, in the COVID times.
Oh, that's a shame. Anyway, this the stream is not sponsored by CC's Pizza. Do not go to ccs.com.
Dweem finding a cave in a town. I think we've seen this. Oh, this is Rimeldar. Yeah, of course we've seen this.
Yes, do not use promo code AaronTU2. Okay, now DK is back to this beginning grind. I think he's tired of not finding anything. Stats are, you know, in the realm of annoying. 42 MP, that's 5 heal mores, or if you're, you know, crazy, 14 heals. It's not much fun. Dweem's getting the, you know, I have a saying for this, but it might be interpreted as non-family friendly.
It's getting the shot block there. Meanwhile, YakkoWakko has found Cantlin is purchasing, looks like a broadsword there, and has a silver shield. I'm not sure if you got that earlier, but silver shield, full plate, and broadsword's not a bad kit.
Guess he's just gonna check the other shop. I was wondering if he's gonna check the coordinates. We need coordinates, everybody, please.
Doesn't look like anything great in that shop. So where are you going? No coordinates? Did he check the coordinates and we missed it?
I don't think so. You generally notice, well, I guess I'll say we notice when the screen flashes, but the screens are constantly flashing because of the big swamp. Well, let's hope nothing, hope that's not like a 0-1 armor coordinate or something important like that. Oh, that was that cave he saw from the other side. But no, I think maybe he's just trying to grind up a level or something before he pushes on, because he's hanging around this desert here.
And he knows he has to use the inn, so burn off all the remaining MP, get my magics, possibly. There's an interesting little cave on the other side of those mountains, too, that looks accessible.
We may never know what it is.
Schrodinger's Cave.
Certainly won't be Stone's Cave with the sword.
Just all the armor cave.
This desert doesn't seem too bad. The wizard's a little bit annoying. The slime's nice. Okay, the druid's not nice. Maybe this desert isn't that great.
Dweem getting a whopping 5 experience out of that poltergeist there. Or specter. I'm not sure which one. I think it was a specter, actually. The dark green one. Metal Scorpion's not bad, 159.
And the wizard's better than in vanilla, but that, I don't know. 135 experience, I'm still maybe not super excited about that. Yakko couldn't get anything to land on the Goldman. That was minorly funny, kind of cool.
He changed his name from Goldman to like Solid Steel Man. And there's that magician. The magician, I think, has been the MVP. It's in this zone. It was in zone 0. Maybe zone 1, whatever it was that they were grinding up there. Where DK is right now.
Well, Yakko is back in Cantland. sillydabbit does find Stone's Cave. I don't think we've seen this before, but it's fine. Probably pretty forgettable.
A little bit of fairy water here. A little bit of fairy water there. Save yourself a repel cast. And we got Garanham. There's some chests in here. Little cave check in the back.
Yeah, he went behind the man in the cave and took his pot that he was collecting rainwater in.
It's his prized fairy girl bathwater.
Oh gosh, I don't want to think about that.
All right, YakkoWakko finally gonna go check these coordinates here that we never saw. Got a broadsword pickup by sillydabbit.
Part of me wants to say that's why the Dragon Lord is weak to it. The Dragon Lord is weak to... never mind.
Okay, fair enough. I think it was 24 north, 30... I'm gonna wait for... There we go, 53 east. It's up there on the screen. Don't believe what I say, just read what's on there.
Yeah, that's not gonna be the easiest. I'm trying to think if there's even a direct path that way. I seem to think the north is cut off. So we might be seeing some princess. We might just see no one even bother getting the chords if it isn't anything important. But we're not really found a lot of important yet.
Yeah, we've still got our fingers crossed for the armor being on those coordinates, as sillydabbit finds the Erdrick's cave, a long, empty cave to go to. There's no monsters in here, but you have to navigate your way through it. I was actually quite surprised. I played the Dragon Warrior 3 remake, and I knew my way through because it's actually laid out pretty much the same. It's mild spoiler alert. Like you'll see it in there.
I was watching Guy earlier playing through the W2G3 randomizer, and we saw 4 cats in there.
Lovely. I got one cat watching me right now.
Well, hello, cat.
She's just looking. she made no reply.
Oh, Yakko is... I'm curious. He's suffering from the heal please blues here. I keep expecting something to just throw out, like a breath or something. He's just frequently low on hit points.
I mean, as you should be in such a giant swamp.
True. It's nice. The seed is not giving, a decent grind. It wasn't horrific, but there was a lot of swamp everywhere at start, which isn't that surprising, but we don't see that every seed. But we have not been given the game has not been given to our runners yet. They're still having to earn it.
Dweem now and navigating Erdrick's cave. Getting Erdrick's gold. Trying to think. So what have we got that's outstanding? We still have the entire mountain cave. We've got the Hawk's Nest. We've got the coordinates checks.
I believe we still have coal, and that's it.
So not a whole lot of places left, and a whole lot of key items still to be found. We might get that lucky sword armor Sharlock.
Well, the armor will not be in Sharlock. That one is, we have that flag on, but sword could be.
How dare they put that flag on?
This is the no swamp, no hurt more, no problem flag set. It's not supposed to be super difficult, but it's supposed to be scary and weird.
Speaking of scary and weird, we got a Spectre in the bottom left corner. He's given a whole 5 experience points. I always love it when like the end game monsters that you're like usually happy to see, because like Spectre's an easy fight for the experience that it gives, and like it's like, no, you're getting 5. Meanwhile, Magician's over here with 180 experience points.
Yeah, you're taking the Spectre to the pawn shop, and the guy's like, best I can do is 5 experience.
I'll give you a ghost for that.
All right, Dabbit has found Cantlin now. I think this is our second one, because Yakko has actually pushed quite a bit with the exploration. I'm trying to think. I don't know if anyone else has seen quite as much as him, but he's stretching out every last step. I'm just biting my lip. This feels like
to the 2 hit points, and we're back to the same Rimmildar area, probably to gas up, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think that was on purpose. I think that's just looped around or something, because, I mean, he had the return spell. Could have done that.
I feel like DK and Dweem are in roughly the same area. Maybe not. They've got these little skinny, swampy, connecting places.
I know DK's been here before because I made a big deal about that bridge. And there's Yakko, same spot.
Doing the virtual high 5.
Yeah, one goes up, the other goes down. Now, Dweem's in these same hills that DK was in earlier. I don't know if he's also grinding. I guess there's some interesting enemies here. It's not nothing. But he's getting out of here.
Yeah, again, so far, I think that Magician is still the best I haven't seen anything more than 180. Certainly nothing they can't one-shot.
Did DK just miss Cantlin? I think he saw Swamp Cave, is that right? Did I not see that correctly?
He saw the cave. I think he saw the town. He might not have seen that the mountains opened up to the very south there.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, we don't know if Cantlin's even interesting yet, so... Cole, however, does give us the drum roll.
Erdrick's sword. All right, so a little bit more attack power. Be thwomping those enemies pretty good now.
Yeah, those magicians are really in for it now.
You know it. Maybe they'll be able to do 5 damage to the gold man now.
Yeah, Dweem now also into Cantlin, gonna get his coordinates again. I don't know. I don't have the best read on this map. These coordinates feel really icky to count.
Yeah, there does seem to be a lot of like big rivers and stuff snaking through it.
We'll see if anyone decides to forsake Gwaelin and just go ahead and do that count, because they're whoever does probably going to feel really good about themselves if they get it. Now, if they screw it up.
I mean, it is Valentine's Day, so she should get rescued, or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe Green Dragon gets to have a date for the night instead.
And DK, again, the exploration here for him, he's finding stuff nobody has found so far. He got a Stone Man in Hawksness, which is, I don't know.
I mean, he's got the attack power, he's got the sleep spell, so... And this is, I believe, vanilla resistances, or is the resistances randomized in this flag set?
It's vanilla resistances. The only thing that gets randomized is stop spell. And that's the armor.
Yeah, so DK is now got a tremendous advantage in this big swamp, having that armor, no longer taking damage from swamp tiles. In fact, healing every step he takes, whether it's in a swamp or not. Also finding, I think that was the staff turn-in cave for whenever he finds a staff. And there's Red Dragon.
Did anybody see how much that Stone Man was worth? I'm a little curious. I thought I saw 3 digits.
Looks like 102 if chat can be believed.
I trust our trackers.
Oh, that is our tracker.
Yes, thank you, Artorias and RG. Both say that they don't. That's great. And now DK is running into non-stop enemies.
It's Red Dragon, Red Slime, oh, he gets away. Red Wraith Knight, just all the red monsters.
All right, Dweem has now made it into Hawks. Let's see if he gets through the Stone Man all the same and picks up his armor again. Armor is great for just getting around because you lose so much time healing, little heals here and there. I would say it adds up, but you feel it really quickly.
Does the screen flash also add like a frame? I feel like it stutters a touch.
Yeah, it forces you to stop like you're on hills. So that is part of it. I think that in the Joof branch, there's an option there. But hey, Dabbit just found the token, and there we go, inside of Mountain.
And DK is just starting the mountain as well, so he'll get that pickup in just a moment too. Dabbit running out, fighting this Metal Scorpion. I think those gave pretty good experience too. Yeah, 159. Those are not a bad thing to find. And picks up level 15 while he's at it.
Yeah, very nice. He did not see Hawksness, though, even though he's kind of in that same area. So hopefully he can, for his sake, get back there. So what are we missing now? Collectively, the harp, probably on the coordinates, has to be on the coordinates, right?
Yeah, I think we have seen all of the other checks, because I didn't see sillydabbit clear out the mountain cave, but he outsided out of it, so that makes me think that it was fully cleared.
I'm assuming the death necklace is right there, yeah, on DK's screen.
So yeah, I believe that does make the coordinates on the harp, or rather the harp on the coordinates.
I mean, it would be funny if you went to the coordinates, found the harp, and on the harp they had the coordinates where it was at. That could be a trap, you know, you find a harp and it has coordinates on it, and you just go to the coordinates, and then something gets you, and then there's the harp at the coordinates.
Well, I think it would have to be something like, okay, Treasure Guardians has to be turned on, but the Treasure Guardian is a monster inside the harp space. So you have to get the harp to fight the Treasure Guardian, and then that's the coordinates to get, you know, the other key item that's under there. I think that's how the logic could work in game.
Whoa, that's pretty groovy. McGrew?
Initiate harp space now.
Oh gosh, that's almost like Disgaea or something. Except I think all you do there is just make the items better. Alright, Camion. Really McGroovy. Okay.
It just got about 10 degrees colder in my room right now.
So there we go. Looks like DK, I think he's got everything but the coordinates now. So is he doing a count, or what's he doing?
That count, or maybe he wants to find a princess before doing the. Did we ever find a swamp cave?
Oh, you know what? That's right. He hasn't even found Cantlin. So, yeah, Swamp Cave was in the cave northwest of Cantlin, which I think DK. I don't know if he saw it and didn't think he could get to it, but I thought you could get to it. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. He gets a level up on a 35 experience Axe Knight, though. And those stats are pretty good. Not quite go, but getting close.
I like how in one level they get 40 hit points, whereas the first 5 levels that they got from one monster, I don't even think they got 4.
Yeah, that was the hit points. The hit points showed up after you get the armor, when it's less of a super cool, awesome thing.
Yeah, now that you don't need them anymore. All right, so we're going to get ourselves a coordinate check straight down to the old man. Do not pass any stores. Don't take any damage on those things. Just get those cords and go. Meanwhile, Silly Dabbit turning in Princess Gwaelin. Dabbit does not want to do any counting.
Yeah, understandable. DK, however, looks like he's thinking about it.
Perhaps consulting the map, seeing if it looks too twisty and turny. Apparently it doesn't. So DK is stutter stepping the way there. Dabbit is more or less tracking the way there, but we'll have to check an item to see where it is. But they might find it at practically the same time. Of course, DK has the benefit of not having to heal every few steps.
DK forgot to write down the coordinates. Okay, that's great.
Keep them in your memory. Human mind can hold 7 things in it at a time, give or take 2.
Yeah, and if you group multiple things together, it can make that easier as well.
You can find a way to chunk 24 north, 53 east in your head into one thing. Best of luck to you.
Yeah, just 867-5309. There you go. Dabbit figuring out he is still not far enough over it. It looks like it's over the water here, so he's going to have to do kind of an end around, which I think is possible. Dweem picking up a princess as well. I think that's Gwaelin, but it could be an imitator.
Ooh, it's a long way around. You got to go all the way down past the mountains and into the other swamp. Or perhaps it's the same swamp and the river is just flowing on top of a part of it.
Yeah, around the river and through the swamp to Garanham we go.
Around the river into the swamp to this silver harp we go.
You improved it. Yeah, I think the armor has made this a lot faster for DK. Dabbit popping into the town was probably quicker than him trying to cast a whole bunch of heals. Now he has to ask for Gwaelin again. But you're just not having to deal with all that stuff. Although it can be a lot nicer to count without the armor. Oh, he got it first try. GG's.
Yeah, that's pretty good. With all the backtracking that he had to do there, I'm very impressed with that first try search. I would have most certainly have had to have the princess to do that. Yeah,
Dweem on his way. Dabbit about to pick up a harp as well. DK warps back. We'll see if he decides to go grind on some those baby enemies, or if he goes straight to do the turn-ins and hopes to find something interesting along the way. All right, Yakko finding the old man water can. Still a little bit behind in experience, and he has the coordinates, but he just has not found Mountain Cave yet, I do not believe. Or no, not Mountain Cave, Coal.
That's right, Coal having the... what did Coal have in it? It had something we needed. Was it the harp? No, it wasn't the harp.
It was the sword.
Oh, the S word. That's right.
Sword. I tried to pronounce that like there was no W in it, and it just came out the exact same way.
Sword. sword. Sword.
All right, Yakko's going to pick himself up a princess as well. I don't know how it can be 4 Gwaelins at the same time. Something's fishy about that. Or I guess we only know there's 3. DK, there might not be one in his seed.
Yeah, that one. Green Dragon gets her. Or who's Gardener? Well, I didn't even. I didn't see the first pickup, so I'm not sure who the Gwaelin Garder. The Gwaelin Guard is.
It was a funky Sax Knight.
Ah, the Sax Knight.
He tricked her in with his sultry tones.
Sax Knight, the Gwaelin Gardener. It's where they grow Gwaelins.
Yeah, the you know what? I can't think of a good way to merge those two, so we're just gonna leave it.
DK, turning in that harp for a Staff of Rain, has all the pieces to make the rainbow drop. Maybe see a return home. I believe the jerk was behind Tantagel Castle.
And I was wondering about this. DK is going into Hawksness to... Is he going to grind on the Stone Man, or is there something else in here?
Stone Man wouldn't be too bad. I think it gave well over 100. I think it was. I think we saw 102 somewhere in there. They're fairly easy fight, so a guaranteed fight every step rather than having to hunt down magicians. Probably worth it.
A Wraith Knight in here as well. I mean, with 91 TP, he could. I'm gonna say he could repel it, but then why not just fight it on the spike, and just do that? So that looks like what he's gonna do. Now, I mean, a Stone Man grind is generally the absolute bottom tier grind in Standard. Now, think about doing that, but it gives 100 experience instead of 155.
Yeah, but that's what we've got. I don't know if... Well, that's the only grind that DK has seen. He hasn't seen the Axe Knight. None of our other runners stuck around to take any more experience from it, so I don't think it gave great XP. So if you're looking for the every step, this might be what you've got to do. But he's got so many hit points. That's the problem. It's always 3, 4, 5 swings, no matter how strong you are.
Hey Q. It's generally considered to be the worst spike in. When I said Standard, I meant in the rando. We have the flags are a little funky in this one, where the enemies are giving random experience, even though they're the same stats as in the standard flags. So Stone Man rolled down, but I guess that's good enough for DK.
YakkoWakko picking up his 40 hit points at level 16 or 15, 16. Last one to get there.
Yeah, I guess this is a little bit more reliable than running around in the desert hoping for 1 in 5 or 2 in 5. I haven't seen any real good grouping of enemies. I don't think that actually give good experience.
Dabbit, not opting for the Stone Man grind, is going to be the first one to get the rainbow drop. No, I take that back. Dweem got it already. I'd missed it. So the right side have their Sharlock trinkets, and they're going straight back to the Magician.
Yeah, so DK has about 100 experience lead doing this. We'll see if this continues past 17 or 18 or what have you, how close this winds up being, but we could be in for one heck of a finish. Didn't I thought I said 1,000. I don't know.
There's some number. Numbers are just a number in DW Randomizer.
There we go. Yeah, I wasn't even the first one to get to it. Since you said it, we got to post the email.
Lovely. Very lovely.
I guess the advantage of this grind is that you are right next to the castle, too, so when it's time to go... Well, I mean, I guess you got to heal up, so it doesn't really matter that much.
Yeah, it's pretty good because you're right next to the castle, you can death warp to heal, and you're also right next to Sharlock, so when you're done, you're ready to go.
Oh, actually, it could be a little bit of a drawback there. This is Death Necklace capable. I think 17 is go. You could also grab Fairy Water if you really wanted to, but I think you're probably wanting to. He's going to pop in. Was it the? Oh, yeah, the jerk was behind the castle here. So we'll see. The other two runners are still a little bit behind. Dabbit's got a bit better RNG on the enemy spawns. It's just a slight bit ahead in experience.
Waiting for those stats to roll back around, but I think there we are, 125 AP. So if he puts on that Death Necklace, he goes up to 135, which is super comfortable. The HP at 127, though, that puts you into kind of a danger range, does it not? Or is that the first safe number?
This is, I believe, exactly 96, which I wouldn't... It's... I don't
right,
know,
if you get double 48'd, right? That's the worst.
Yeah, although he could lose a heal more. That's always anytime the hit points are low 100s or under, bad heal more roll could cost you one. But I don't know. I think he's in more good shape again with the Death Necklace. If he decides to put that on, he'll be at 135 AP. My numbers say that's 13 swings, and he is going in with 13 heal more, so he should be +2. I don't know if you heard my papers wrestling.
No, that sounds pretty good. So yeah, we'll see how it works. He is starting his dive. We've seen, I think, 3 encounters. Got away from all of them first time.
Now Dabbit is on the level 2, but he is going to Brecconary. Looks like he's going to get maybe herbs, maybe Fairy Water. But he's going that direction. Again, Fairy Water right now would be super useful because this defense, well, actually not for him because he doesn't have the Silver Shield. But it'd be nice to repel some stuff.
Yeah, that repel in Charlock actually is pretty nice. Not only is it saving you, from potential encounters that can hurt you, but also just the time save of having fewer encounters, right? It's such a long dive that, if you can cut down 5 or 6 encounters just by repelling them, or however many that you get on average, that's quite a few seconds.
I am obligated to point this out because Dabbit told me to point it out, but he sold a Fairy Water to go ahead and buy more Fairy Waters.
Clearing out the inventory.
Yeah, so he sold the Dia at 127. This is a little bit better, I think, although I'd be less likely to buy the Fairy Water at 127. He did get the Fighter's Ring, which I think he's the only person that survived the basement of Grave to get it.
Yeah, I believe that 4th floor basement was pretty bad to the other runners. As for the Fairy Water and the Death Necklace, that does make sense. Like if you're going Fairy Water strat, you probably want the more chance for doubles that you kind of lose when you put the Death Necklace on.
Yes, he's going down. Dabbit is now entering Charlock. Dweem is also in Brecconary doing some shopping. And Yakko is coming back to start here to turn in for the Rainbow Drop. I do not know if he picked up the sword or not. I'm kind of wondering because it looks like I wouldn't know why you would come back here to do all these trade-ins right off the bat if you hadn't found everything.
Yeah, that is interesting. Maybe he is banking on it being in Charlock, right? Sword can be in there, just not the armor, correct?
Right, but if he hasn't, he might still be able to find coal pretty quickly. It was not super far. Oh nope, there it was. Erdrick's sword. I saw it.
Nice. It was just a quick happy miss. All right, DK on the back side of the bottom floor, running from golems. Well, not this one.
Yep, down the back straightaway through the medicine room, out through the heart-shaped box, the Nirvana room, through the keyhole, down into the S's.
Lovely. This golem is just not leaving him alone. He's mad blowing the flute on it even. Stay asleep, golem. Let me get away.
Bonus points for the golem to flute him as well. Yakko grinding outside of Charlotte Castle. Laid it down. That's great.
All right, we've got another Axe Knight on the spike in front of Dragon Lord. Goes down in 2 swings, 35 hit points, or rather experience points. That's why we didn't see a grind on them earlier. DK doing the 3 steps of heel walking and talking to a Dragon Lord.
Just enough heel walking to make people want to complain about it.
Which is like any amount of heel walking, correct?
More or less. He didn't, he didn't bring any herbs, but it didn't seem like he needed them tremendously. We'll see if this fight, this is where a lot of times you're like, I really wish I had those herbs.
And, okay, the attack was good. Got 1 stop spell after putting on the Death Necklace, going in with 77, hoping for no back attack, but of course, there was one, having to start with a heal more.
Can't accuse you of a curse because this happened yesterday.
15.
It's like you have 86 agility or anything.
27. 37.
Okay, it's swinging 8 to 17 here.
60? No, 50. 62.
Yeah, the efficacy of these heals is going to be pretty important. He has got a bit of an advantage coming in here, but still.
76. 86.
This seems like it's a little bit behind, but these rolls have been a bit low. They could bounce back.
99. 115.
Bit my lip there with the heal more not coming all the way through, but worked out.
128.
And in this scenario, if he gets brought down, oh, there it was, and he 47. What do you do? He chose to lay up. Let's see if it works for him.
Ooh, 136. 153. This should do it, yeah? Yeah, there it goes. Good job, dk9146. Get those GGs out. He's just got to go home, talk to the king, and he'll get himself a first place finish. sillydabbit now fighting Dragon Lord 2.
Probably was quicker to walk back, but whatever.
True. No idea what the count is, but we've got the turn in for DK, so trumpets will be coming out just a moment, and sillydabbit swinging for his life.
We see that Dweem right beforehand getting slapped by a Star Wyvern right before the Dragon Lord. Oh no.
Oh no, what is the Star Wyvern gonna do? Oh, and it sleeped him too. It's a sleep wyvern.
Ice defense broke it. It's probably nothing.
Oh, can't get away though. Those jerk birds. Hardest things to run from, I feel like. Next to the red D. That's based on feeling, not actual numbers. I'm not sure what the actual hardest thing from is.
See how this goes. Again, we're not really keeping track of the numbers, but welcome in, DK, GG on the race. How do you feel 24-ish hours later?
I hated this seed so bad.
How so?
Yeah, I'd say the grind was terrible. The magicians weren't very nice to me. I think it was 56 scorpions, and they were given 5 or 6 experience, so I ran from them all, or they ran from me. Exploration saved it for me by far.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like you getting over to Cole, going that left at the swamp cave, I think was pretty important getting through. And we do see Dabbit finishing up with tons of resources left. But yeah, he didn't get ambushed, and just think that the non-death necklace play in his situation was a little bit safer because he had that extra 2 attack power. Do you ever think about going back into Deep Grave for the last chest?
Not at all. Even when I saw I had no herbs, 'cause I even gave thought to fairy water, but I figured I felt behind just because I knew that beginning was terrible, and watching this back, I was in last place on experience by far, so it definitely went bad. So I felt I was behind, and I was just making a run for it, thinking that I had to catch up to somebody.
Yeah, I think the key difference is most other folks stuck around and grinded that magician a little bit longer, whereas you ventured out earlier. It worked out for you, so it worked.
And I called this. I said there was going to be a race that goes towards the end of an hour for a winner, and 51-27 win, I think, is by far the highest so far this week.
So just to catch up, Dweem is fighting his Dragon Lord right now. He started while Dabbit was about just starting his, and it looks like YakkoWakko was about to start his Dragon Lord fight. So it looks like we'll have a pretty close finish amongst all three of our runners, just kind of one right after the other here, as Dweem is finishing up this Dragon Lord down here on the bottom right.
Right. So, I'm trying to think. Did you ever end up killing any of the metal scorpions?
Yeah, super late. The first two I saw ran from me. I killed one. I was probably level 14 or 15.
That was the one thing I was kind of thinking about, because you got killed by one when you were in that probably what was zone 1 area northwest, and I was wondering, maybe, I don't know. I didn't seem like they were in there. They might have been in the zone west of that too. I don't know. I was trying to think of something better.
I'm not. I did. I pushed so much to try and find that zone, or at least that enemy. When you guys were talking about he's up in those hills looking for something, that was literally what I was doing, just trying to find something.
Right. Meanwhile, Dweem does finish up, gets the 2 points out of this race. Final time 55-25, which I think for him, he was ahead in experience for a large portion of this. Just wasn't. It didn't seem like the order of experience mattered tremendously. It just kind of made it maybe a few less. I mean, everyone had to cast heals constantly anyway, so this one felt like exploration was a pretty big deal.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, order of experience didn't matter much, but the first person to find Erdrick's armor in this big swamp also came in first place. So I think that might have been one of the bigger deciders, was getting there and just getting that armor so that all that swamp didn't bother you so much during the grindy bits.
Yeah, it's sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, yeah, finding, and that's what I was saying before, exploration went real well, and I got down there right after getting the sword, and at a level I could beat the Stone Man, so getting the armor early was giant.
Yeah, we're commenting that Stone Man grind, how like that's the dreaded grind in the standard flags. Like, you just don't want to have to grind a Stone Man, and then here you are having to grind that Stone Man.
Now, having seen the others grinding kind of not quite alongside you, but sort of, what do you think? Do you think Zone 0 or Stone Man, which one wins, or do they both lose?
They both suck, but the Stone Man saved my sanity because I was going insane in that zone with all the magicians running and all the scorpion encounters.
All right, and GG to YakkoWakko finishing up here. And his situation, it was just seemed like he wasn't able to find a couple of things. Like all of our owners sort of missed something. With DK, it was Caitlin, which was fine being the last thing. Getting the sword and armor there. But yeah, that'll be 1 point for him. Again, 4 points doesn't put you in a desperate situation yet, but you're getting to the point where you have to just about win out. Not quite, but it's getting close.
And yeah, we're finished up with YakkoWakko20, a final time for fourth place. Just 6 minutes between DK and YakkoWakko from first to fourth. So really close all around. Like I said, it was pretty much one Dragon Lord fight after another, just kind of in succession. So kind of fun to watch that guy up on the screen. And still an exciting race to watch.
Yeah, it was fairly even race. Like, look at this time difference is not super big. 6 minutes for the entire spread, and everyone was almost evenly spread out. There's a bit of a gap here at the end between Dabbit and Dweem that is misleading, I think, because they were right behind one another, but I think Dabbit just got a little bit better luck in that zone 0, and Dweem got just stuck for almost a minute on the Star Wyvern there at the end. Cannot feel good. So anyway, DK, now we actually have your points in the standings. I think I put them in there yesterday, and then I deleted it because I'm like, you know what, maybe we don't want to spoil that yet. What you looking forward to next week? Anyone that you're hoping to match up against?
I'm indifferent about who I race, but it's definitely the week I feel I'm the weakest. I've played a few of these seeds, and I continually overgrind every time.
Yeah, I think I've done 4, and I've finished 2 of them because I'll just get killed by something in Charlock and be like, I don't want to keep playing this.
Yeah, it's going to be definitely an RNG fest. It is, and I'll be honest, it is a really fun seed. It's probably the most fun I've had with the vanilla flags. I know some people were saying how much they love it. I usually don't care for the vanilla weeks, but I've really enjoyed it. But man, it is it's going to be interesting to see what the agilities bring and how willing to risk it people are during this week.
Yeah, absolutely. So we do have I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't know. There's no magical formula, which is what's good about it. Like, ultimately, you're either going to wait to 17 and you might lose a spot, or you try to go early and die and lose 2 spots. And because it's just strange because Charlock is actually a known quantity. It's the stats and everything. So I don't know. I've heard some interesting things about it. As one of the people who helped develop it, I don't want to be like commenting too much about it just because it'd be like tooting my own horn, and we haven't even raced it yet.
No, I'm excited for it. So I was just going to say thanks for putting this on. I really appreciate it. A lot of races last night, so getting a vodcast so quickly afterwards is awesome. And thanks to all the volunteers, like always, man. It's always about you guys getting this on the air.
Absolutely, and thank you very much for putting on a great race for us. Speaking of putting on races, taking care of our restream tonight was Camion, the Harp Knight. Tracking, we had RG365 and Artorias 308. Of course, I'm Velu V. Aaron 22 was also in the commentary booth. DK, congratulations on that first place win. Aaron, you want to take us out?
Yeah, I didn't want to just highlight the schedule, though. We did have a schedule change. The race that was supposed to happen here at 10 has been moved to tomorrow at 10. One of our runners was not feeling terribly well, so they decided to postpone. So tomorrow night, 10 o'clock, we will need volunteers. Please, if you can, feel free. If you've never volunteered before, hit one of us up in the Discord, and we'll see if we can hook you up. Tracking is not the... It's pretty easy to figure out what to do. The hardest part is to remember to pay attention and not talk and chat. At least that's how it is for me. Artorias doing a great job. He's done like 3 races now. He learned this week. Commentary, as long as you don't try too hard and don't take it too ridiculous, it's usually pretty good. Sometimes when you try too hard, it can be a little, you put too much pressure on yourself, I think. And then we have our last race there, Sunday night at 8. The plan is to do the group reveals after that. We cannot do the group reveals before because this next week is seeded. And so we actually need everyone to race. I think after tomorrow night's race, we will know group 1. And that is the only group that we can be confident in. Because if Kiglison wins, he'll be in group 1 next week. And if not... well, I know who is, but probably shouldn't spoil that. Just because there's a lot of random other factors and who wants me to go through and, dissect all the math. All right. Thanks, everyone. We are going to head out to somebody. Stick around for the raid. I'll just type something in at random and we'll go there. Thanks again, everyone. I'll see you guys later.